Let's do an intro to the show. Intro to the show. It's an intro. Trying to think of an intro to do to the show. What's the intro gonna be? Is he gonna sing a song about doing an intro instead of actually doing the intro? It turns out that is what I did. And that might be the first time in podcast history where the podcast host tried to figure out what to do for the intro, but just turned out he sang a song about the intro, and that became the intro. It's like intro inception. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have back again 3 of the podcast sponsors. They are wonderful human beings. Sarah Vogel, Stephanie Hite, and Jenn Rivnack. They run local businesses in Altoona and Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, where I reside, where the podcast is from. And we have conversations once a month about business and about life. It usually ends up just being random things about life. One of the best things we got into on this podcast, I got a chance to talk about my son Max and the fact that Max is 4. You can find him on, just go to any of my platforms. Go to robzradio.com. Scroll down, you'll see his videos. robzradio.com. He has an office in our downstairs bathroom. Our downstairs bathroom is small. It gets tight. And he has a pad on the toilet seat, and he has a cooler that he has his tiny little computer sitting on top of, and he has a credit card, and he has a mining helmet for some reason, and he has like 3 pairs of sunglasses and newspaper clippings taped to the window. It's incredible. And he goes in there, and he always walks in and he says, "I'm ruining out my movies." So he'll say like that show Morphle that I used to watch. There's some cartoon called Morphle, and he used to like Morphle, but he's done with it. So he goes in and he ruins it out, which to me, it seems like he's overwriting it or erasing it or something like that, but it seems like a very important procedure. And then he asked my wife last night if he could have coworkers at his job. Who would his coworkers be? And apparently he said there was a couple of coworkers, and one of them was named a boy named Bailey. That's what he said. A boy named Bailey was a coworker. I'm telling you this story because having a 4-year-old is hilarious. It is exhausting, but it's also hilarious because their imagination is just at an all-time high. It's a wonderful thing. It's great to be around whenever you get older, as long as you're mentally prepared for it, because I can soak up some of the childlike enthusiasm and imagination of a 4-year-old. It's kind of fun to be around. Actually, it's a lot of fun to be around a lot of the time. So that's my story for today. Now we're going to talk to Jenn, we're going to talk to Sarah, and we're going to talk to Steph. And I was trying to think, how could we combine their businesses all together into one name, or combine the podcast names? And I thought they have the Clay Cup, Trade Secrets, and Joos. What if it was like Juice Cup Secrets? Clay Juice Secrets. Trade Juice Clay. Trade Juice Clay? I don't think so. Except we were calling it the Small Business Brainstorm. I don't like that name anymore because we're not even talking about business half the time. We're having a good time. So let's just call it Clay Juice Secrets, or Juice Cup Secrets. It's a hard decision. You'll see it in the title of this episode. You'll be like, oh, that's the name that he went for. That's the title he decided. You already know at this point. You've already looked. Let's get into the sponsors and we'll get into the conversation, because it's way more exciting than what's happening right now. Sports Evolution, one of my favorite sponsors, because Alan, my dude, teaches me Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He helped to fix my lower back, helped to strengthen my body. That's what he does. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram at Leading Athletes if you want to see what he does. But he's a certified strength and conditioning specialist, certified personal trainer, CrossFit certified levels 1 and 2, purple belt jiu-jitsu. He's a bad boy. sportsevolution.net. Check him out. And Harlequin Pepper Yoga, 320 Allegheny Street in Hollidaysburg. Aaron teaches Vinyasa Yoga. If you're looking for a free month, you can get the discount code. Just use the code word RobZ either when you go in to see her in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania at 320 Allegheny Street, or in the App Store or Google Play, Harlequin Pepper Yoga. She also offers children's yoga, which, man, if you had the flexibility of a child, imagine. I do yoga now, and I can't imagine having the flexibility of a 4-year-old or of a little baby. We'll never get that flexible again. Forget about it. All right, let's get into it.
This is Rob Z Radio.
Everywhere that I've gone lately, I've been watching people, and everybody's on their phone.
All the time.
Like, just, I was in the airport. I mean, the airport's especially bad. I'd say like 80%.
You're bored out of your damn mind.
Yeah. You can swear.
Where's
There's-
that,
Beep.
where's that button?
I know.
Beep.
Mark Zuckerberg's going to shut down the feed.
Uh-oh.
She said, damn. Oh, that's not good.
She meant-
But it's crazy.
But
Everybody.
dams are for beavers, Rob,
That's
so
right.
it's
That's-
okay.
That's very true. You're right.
True.
That's like the lowest of the swear words, really. I think you can pull off them pretty
Are they,
easily.
I guess they are kind
We
of on
had
different
it.
levels.
We
Yeah.
had an entire conversation at dinner about our children using swear words.
Oh.
It was fun.
Talk close to the microphone.
Okay.
There you go. What was the conversation about?
About
hear
the
me
swear
now?
words that our kids know and how they've used them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
How did they find out about them is always the real
It
question.
seems like it's been grandmothers or
Really?
Yeah.
As in your mother.
In her case,
She was playing with my mom at the time. I heard her use her first swear word. They were playing cards. Yep.
And she beat your mom, and your mom got mad
I
and
don't
swore.
know how it all came down because I wasn't in the same room. All I heard was she was 4 at the time. Me and John were in the kitchen. She's in the dining room. She goes, "Damn it, Janet."
Janet's her grandmother's name.
And I was just like, did she say what I think she said? I was like, she couldn't possibly have said that. And then I peeked my head around the corner, and then I definitely knew that's what she said.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really funny.
hilarious.
Well, I think whenever you have kids, well, I guess some parents they turn the swear alarm on. Like I can turn mine on pretty fast. It's pretty easy to switch on and off. But once you get older and you don't have kids anymore, you kind of forget that you should probably cut off the swearing.
Yeah. Well, and I
it just
don't
happens.
even really care that much, to be perfectly honest. I'd rather her know what it is and then just know like the appropriate times to use it and not to
The
use
right
it.
context.
Like when you're playing cards.
Correct.
With a
The
young
cards,
child.
Yes.
Exactly.
Competitive situations, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
A well-placed one has a lot of impact.
It can.
But
yeah.
if you're just using them flippantly all over the place.
Then they are meaningless.
They have no
Yeah.
meaning, right?
It's like Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you guys listen to Gary?
Yeah.
Yes.
He swears constantly. It's like I feel like you're just wearing out the words.
I do like him a lot, though.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you could take out all the F-bombs, I feel like it would have more impact to me.
I
It
disagree.
just seems, and it has nothing to do with me not liking cursing. It has to do with it just seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
they're
know.
flippant.
It's like saying
Did you say like flip?
Like-
Like when you flip somebody off?
Dang, she just. And now people not on Facebook Live couldn't see that. What is that? What does that signify?
Ross.
You got burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all from Friends.
Oh, that's from the
Ross
that's from
and
Friends.
Monica.
Jeez, were you more of a Friends fan or Seinfeld fan?
Seinfeld.
just kinda
Which, did you
both.
get my answer the other day?
What was your answer?
Seinfeld.
Oh, you on Instagram?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Who won the bowling giveaway? Because I really need to know.
She's going to hunt them down. Listen, she's going to
Jeez.
steal
Somebody's-
that gift certificate.
Somebody's got a hankering for Holiday Bowl.
I freaking love bowling.
Do you really? Well, I love bowling too.
We keep having that.
I don't know. I forget who won. I forget the.
We need to make a
names.
bowling date and just get it, hash it out.
Next meeting.
Let's just
Create
go to a bowling
one
alley.
for
Yeah.
bowling.
Game on.
Can we do
Yeah.
a podcast while we're bowling?
Is that
Well,
possible?
it'd be
think
kind of
that's
difficult
possible.
to.
That would be kind of fun, though.
We could do a video.
You have all those lapel microphones. Let's hook them
I
all
do.
up
Yeah.
with really long cords.
Yeah.
And then we'll just strip off the
We
place.
can't do like Bluetooth.
I mean, aren't there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we live in a day.
What
and
if
age,
we
don't have
bowled and then did a podcast, or vice versa?
Oh, we should. That would be actually really fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Do
Let's
they have beer?
Because we can
Yes.
like trash talk each other.
Yeah, I'm totally
Beforehand.
down for bowling. I love.
Okay,
My
let's do
shoulder
it.
always hurts afterwards. So
How old are you?
35.
Age has nothing to do
I
with
know. I
it.
know.
You have no idea the level of bowling skill that I
coming
had when I was younger.
This coming from the youngest one in the room.
Yeah,
Right,
really.
right.
And how old are you?
It's like,
You're really giving me the
She
beat
is.
down.
yeah.
A lot of sass today.
yeah.
Jeez Louise. No, but I had
She
whenever
told
I was.
me I was number one earlier.
Oh. Anyway, just
Oh, right,
with your hands though.
Your hand gesture.
Chose one of the 5 fingers.
Yeah.
We won't say which one.
We won't.
Read between the lines.
But I had a bowling ball when I was a kid. It said Turbo Boy on it, and it had a guy on a rocket pack. So I mean, like,
That's legit.
I had my own bowling ball. I don't know if
Did you know
anybody
that
here.
Jess from Fox Hollow was a Division I bowler in college?
Wow.
It's Sarah's new girl crush.
Yeah, I went over to talk to her today about when we're going bowling.
When are we going bowling?
That's really what
Oh my
they're in
goodness.
Vegas for this week.
Whoa! Look out now.
My nerd status is really exposing itself with this
Is-
conversation.
Is bowling nerdy, or is it just like for old people? I can't decide.
No, bowling is for everybody.
It's a game you can play, and it is a game you can play up and until your 80s. Because I was at Holiday,
know.
I was at Holiday Bowl last week, and it was an all elderly bowling.
Unless you have bad shoulders.
But they just kind of lay it down nicely. I mean, you can still do it, I think. But I was there, and I was watching all of these older people bowling. They were probably all at least 60 or 70, and they were way better than I were. And I was. They were way better than I were then. But I looked at their scores, and their scores were like 150 and 140, like 180. I'm thinking, what? I've never bowled. I think a
Lots of
150 is like
practice.
my
Jess
record.
bowled like a 290
No, you-
Jeez. Not me.
Jess.
Jess.
from Fox Hollow, Jess.
Wow.
This is why she's my girl crush.
strictly because of the bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, she's awesome.
Does she have a towel?
I hope she's
and a
watching this.
glove
She has
and stuff?
2 bowling bags she brings in.
Wait, she brings in she just carries them
That's
around?
what she told me.
Does she carry around the bowling bags?
Well,
It's like
she has
just-
to wheel them in.
Wait, does she bowl
To where?
currently? Like
I don't know.
competitively, or was this
Not
like, back in the
competitively
day?
currently. This was in college.
Okay,
So-
well that's not
so-
that long ago.
So it was like what?
I
Last
took
month?
right.
No.
I know somebody who took a bowling class in college. Maybe that's what she did.
bowling
No, she was
Yay.
a Division I bowler, Rob.
That's really cool.
I didn't know bowling had divisions like that.
Oh, it's
It's intense.
it's really, it can get very heated.
Evidently.
Well, whenever we're all bowling together, we're going to
We'll
see
find
how
out.
serious it can really get.
That's right.
I'm so
Oh no,
excited.
I won't be serious like in the slightest about bowling.
Oh, well,
I will have a good time.
Sarah,
'Cause
I'll
there's
have a
Sarah
good
will
time,
be.
but also
Beer.
be competitive.
I will not break 100.
I'm like kind of nervous about like.
I'm really not
going
that
bowling.
good. I just really like it.
No, about the competitive spirit.
Oh, I think
About how heated
Sarah
it's
is
gonna get.
ultra competitive.
I am.
I can see it. Like,
I don't care. I mean, I know I'm going to win.
She's all
so
business.
oh,
pretty much totally convinced that I've already won the bowling
okay, throw down. Oh,
tournament. Because right before I left radio, okay, we had the DJ bowling battle between JoJo and I totally won, and I have
what
a
was
trophy.
your score?
It was like 130 or something like that.
We're gonna be like neck and neck.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
But my shoulder's going to start hurting about, I don't know, 7 frames in, and then I'll fall
he's
apart.
already making excuses.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to play
Weak.
it down, so I really...
You're
I'll
like,
get a cortisone.
I was like,
I'll get a cortisone shot.
I'll be on the
He'll
sideline
have
coming
his
over with the
guy in
ice
the
pack.
bathroom.
Somebody massaging me like my
Yep.
coach.
Yeah.
So what's been happening with you, ladies? Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what's been going on in your lives.
Nice segue.
Because I don't know where else to go with the bowling.
We've hit a dead end.
No, I feel like, I mean, if you want to
We've
keep
hit-
rolling on it, we
We've
can.
hit a gutter.
No, we're good.
That was well done. That was very nice.
You're
No
on
pun
tonight.
intended. Yeah.
Are we talking about individually what's going on with us,
Yeah,
or collectively?
Collectively, individually, I'm just curious as to what's happening. I mean, what's going on in the world right
We
now?
have an
Create
awesome
14?
event coming up on September 22nd.
Good one. Good job.
Create 14.
Yeah.
Booyah.
CRE 814. So, yeah, who wants to talk about the event?
Go ahead, Jen.
I'd announced the fact that it was happening. Now somebody else talk about it.
I did my duty.
Good. This is
Now,
awesome.
before any of us were ever in business, like I never noticed how many people in the area were starting their own businesses. It's crazy, and I don't know what if like our area is higher than anybody else's in the country, but it seems like around here
everybody.
lately.
I think when you
they've been
start
popping
something,
up.
it just raises your awareness for that.
You
like,
notice it a
think
lot
about
more.
like if you're interested in a specific car, then you start noticing them everywhere.
I know it's so weird.
So I think it's just kind of the same thing. Your awareness is heightened.
And it might be a situation of like, if they can do it, I can totally do it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Just giving it a shot and going for it. Yeah,
might as well.
I feel like as far as 814 goes, which stretches what? How far does that go up?
It's a lot of counties.
20 plus counties.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet. We got to focus on this one.
This one.
Well, yeah, starting out small and then
Starting out
and then
small.
growing it.
Yeah.
But what's like the ultimate goal? I guess what would be the mission overall?
So the ultimate goal really is just to like unearth local talent, that's already here. Almost, it doesn't matter what it is. It is just to kind of give people that jumping off point where it is like, hey, if this person can do it, then I can do it. Just to create platforms for people to showcase what they do, whether it's music or art or, hand-making products, food. I don't think we're trying to be exclusive about what's allowed in. I mean, even technology with like Andy and Catalyst Space and what's going on here. And just creating as many platforms as possible for people to showcase that.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, I feel like we're kind of in a unique position because we are all business owners in the area. And so it's a scenario where we're not trying to create this profitable entity. We're not trying to acquire anything. Anything that we make off of these events either will go towards future events, or what we would like to do when we get to a point is to be able to create like microloans for people. Like Steph started her business, what was it, $260?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing where that amount of money can be the game changer for somebody, to be able to have that available. So that's kind of where we're starting, and then I think we're going to be open to kind of where we let it go and what it turns into. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with some of the vendors that are like, it's going to be some really, really nice stuff. So
there's going to be a sidewalk chalk art competition on the bridge for different age groups. We're going to have some music, some food trucks, and then vendors of all different types. Like we have some cookie makers, and we have a harpist. We have people that knit and crochet, some different artists and things, woodworkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess people already signed up or already have their businesses started.
Yeah.
But is there some sort of, with this, one of the things I thought of was like, there's a lot of people out there who want to start something who just don't really know how to. That's like Catalyst Space, where we're at right now. That's what they do here. If you have an idea, you can come in and start that idea. There's so many people. I mean, how many people do you know who said, I have $1 billion idea or $1 million idea, and then they just never do something with it? My mom said it so many times throughout the years. It was always like, it would be one like random thing. If I sold 1 million of these for $1, we'd have $1 million. And some of them were good ideas, but it just takes the actual person doing that. So the event, I mean, I guess there's not really, there's other ways to go for getting loans and getting funding and that kind of stuff, but just building the community is one of the biggest parts of it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
And just like motivating each other.
Right, and trying to bring people together downtown Altoona. That's kind of like, that's where this all started. Like, there was 4 of us, and we were just kind of hanging out at the Clay Cup, and then I was like, hey, let's have an event.
And we were like, yeah, let's do it.
And then Sarah came up with a name. We're like, yeah, that's great. Like, it's just one of those things where there was no rhyme or reason to it. We just wanted to do something fun for our community and bring everybody together. And like for our business with Trade Secrets, I mean, events kind of made us what we are.
Yeah, because you're like the event queen.
Yeah.
You're always doing events and doing your own events.
And then being a part of all those events and now that exposure helped us grow. And now we have our own business, our own space. So
yeah, it's creating and organizing events so that these people that are already making things have a place to show it, showcase it, sell it, and make themselves known.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where we're starting from.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was in LA this past weekend. Humble brag.
Everybody
ready for it?
Yeah.
How did it feel?
With his rich LA friend.
Yeah.
I love the shots with all the cars.
Not
in it.
worthy.
Like, those are my favorite.
Oh yeah, like these are all my cars that I own
Yeah.
that are not mine. It never will be.
Someday. You never know.
But
Never seen it.
one of the biggest things that we got out of it was hosting events, public speaking, because once you host an event and you are the center of attention, then people will automatically come to you, and you don't really have to do as much because you're putting the whole thing together. So that's what you do that all the time, Steph. You were always putting vendor fairs together, and then you're in charge of it, so everybody kind of looks like, oh wow, she not only is here, but she also organized everybody else to be a part of it.
Even so, I did like last year we did the holiday event, which you were a part of. What?
The water bottle made a loud noise.
That 10-pound water bottle she
Oh my
has.
gosh, that thing is huge.
I have
as
one
big
that's
as your
this
head.
big. I have
Actually,
one that's
we hear it, but it won't
ridiculous.
even pick up on here. I guarantee it. They won't even be able to hear it.
But anywho, so I was so rudely interrupted.
You
But
made,
yes,
you made
so-
$15 million from running events.
I did. I made $15 million. And
He does
now,
have a new car.
well, yeah.
Oh.
That was my husband's doing.
What kind of music was playing inside?
I don't know.
Maroon
I
5.
know. She was like, what are you listening to? I'm like, whoa.
Jen just found out about Mac Miller.
Oh,
Are
jeez.
we throwing me right under the
Yeah.
bus?
No, it's a great
I
discovery.
don't
It's okay. He's
listen to
pretty-
rap
And
music.
it like
He's-
took you 20 years to figure it out.
I thought we said 6. I thought we
I'm
said it was 6
joking.
years.
He's been around, like 6
joking.
years, something like that.
Yeah,
but,
somebody just
but he's
posted it.
more.
No, I'm really happy that you have found Mac Miller.
Has it changed your life yet? Did Mac Miller change
It's
the way you
been
thought?
on repeat. Like, it's probably the first rap anything that I'm like, oh, this is pretty good.
Oh wait, you're being serious.
Yeah, well,
I'm
that's,
I had no idea.
100% serious.
What,
Yes.
his new album?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't listened to
but
it yet.
that's what brought up the cuss word thing when we were eating dinner
Yeah,
earlier.
It is. That's right.
She's like, Hadley gets in the car and this is playing, and
She
And
wants
didn't
to listen
say
to it again.
anything. She was
Yeah.
super quiet. So we got to the grocery store, and then when I shut the car off, she's like, "Mommy, when we get in, can we listen to that song again?" Like, sure. He doesn't say anything too bad in that.
I'm sorry, I rudely interrupted you again.
no, that's okay. I forgot I was talking about. So.
Wait, but I wanted to say about kids and songs. So Max loves scary music. He always tells me, "Dad, play some scary music." He loves Metallica. Enter Sandman. We
Oh
were,
yeah.
we were at Slinky Action Zone today, and we're in the ball pit, and he's going, what was he saying? Take my hand.
That is
We're off to
so
Mever,
funny.
Meverland.
Remember.
I was dying so hard. I was just
That's funny.
like the
Proud
fact,
dad moment right
the
there.
fact that a little kid likes, yeah, definitely, but little kids like heavy metal cracks me up. Like that is really funny.
It is. I think it is like the first peek into what their personality is going to be like.
Yeah.
That kind of like when they get into that kind of stuff. It is very.
But like,
very
and
interesting.
and that's funny. Like, so I have a 15-year-old, and both of my kids, Alyssa's 19 and Adam's 15. They both have such a vast, like, eclectic taste for music. Like Adam, his playlist, we were riding in the car the one day, it's Frank Sinatra. Like
Wow.
like he has
Fancy.
such a wide range,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you're awesome. Like,
He's just trying to be cool. Again, that was me whenever I was that
what
age.
15-year-old listen to Frank Sinatra?
I always
I
pretended
did.
I
I
liked.
totally
I always
listened
pretended
to
I liked bands that I didn't actually ever listen to, like Fish. I always thought like it'd be cool to be a Fish fan, but I couldn't
Really?
stand them.
No,
Yeah.
I.
It's like I couldn't stand
Because like
them.
the late '90s was like the resurgence of hippies and stuff, so it like all came back full circle. And
So what did you listen to?
Rage Against the
Metallica.
Machine, Metallica, the Chili Peppers,
Nine
wanna
Inch
hear
then a lot
Nails.
of rap like
Nine Inch
Eminem,
Nails.
Nine Inch Nails, Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, so that was another
yeah.
thing that I learned recently. Wow, man, that Eminem song "Standing Somebody." No idea what that was.
That's
I
a-
got called out on
That's
Facebook
a verb
twice
to stand
by
somebody.
the same person. Like, you don't know what any of this means. What was the other bougie?
Oh, okay.
That word bougie. But
How's
yeah,
this all happening in your life all of a sudden? that
because
you're
I've been sharing very freely on Facebook
know why?
lately, and I get like thrown right under the
Now I'll
bus.
tell you why, because she's 40 now.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
why.
it clicked.
Yeah.
What?
It's when it all comes full circle.
I
When I turn
guess
40.
I don't know, but yeah, standing somebody is a thing.
To make them, you're forcing them to commit suicide or leading them to suicide. Is that what you're
I don't
saying?
think it means quite that seriously, but that you are like so intensely obsessed with
To
a
stand. Oh,
particular
the opposite
artist.
direction. Okay.
Yeah.
Or person, like a bowling.
Legend.
Right.
Sarah,
I thought you meant you
not
were
obsessed.
standing.
No.
Okay.
you're kind of obsessed.
You are a little bit. A little bit.
I'm
Maybe
just
a little
kidding.
bit.
She's only at the girl crush level right,
Right,
now.
right.
I don't think we're to
Like,
full.
she'll be running next door.
I
Jess, are we going
I-
bowling yet? Are we
I
going bowling
hope
yet?
Jess is not weirded out if she listens.
Wait
to
till
this.
she's in the
I can't
PBA.
imagine.
You're really gonna be. You're gonna be clean
Yeah.
big time. Then.
They're probably gonna listen to this on their way to Vegas.
I know. Like our neighbor is crazy.
We are moving out of Altoona.
There's no good bowling here, anyways. We got to go somewhere else. Well, at least not competitive.
No, I actually went over to her store today, and we were talking about going bowling. I brought it up.
She asked her girl crush out on a
initiated.
date.
She was polishing her bowling. Sarah walked in polishing a bowling ball. Like, so when do you think we could?
Go out.
Maybe we can hit the lanes.
How did
What do you
Scott
say? What's
feel
the term?
about that?
Scott? I'm sure he didn't mind at all.
His name's Noah. Actually,
Why
he has
does it
like
say
5
Scott
names.
I was gonna
Pine
say,
on-
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
I'm
that's
lost
his
now.
fault.
Yeah. I'll have to tell Jeremy that I, asked her
You have
out
a
on
girl
a date.
crush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he can go bowling too. It's not like or unless you're being trained. I don't know if this is like a mentorship.
It's like the Karate Kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Mystery.
You're painting a fence the next day. Like,
If you end up washing her car, probably walk away.
Okay. Anyway, we can move on from the bowling.
well, it just went full circle. We came back around to it somehow. But that's kind of like Create 1-4, right? Bring people in to help them, to bring them up. Like in your bowling career, somebody's
Oh my
leveling
God.
you up, and we're leveling people up through Create 1-4.
Don't
That's
have a
level
bowling
you up.
career.
not yet. We're
Not
just
yet.
getting started. But going to this event made me really realize, because there was a lot of public
Your
speaking.
Los Angeles event.
This time that I went to Los Angeles, you
Yeah.
guys,
This one time.
I stayed in
Like,
Beverly Hills, just to let you know.
thought
I'm
it
not
was
humble
West
bragging.
Hollywood.
This is what happens when you have 18,000 followers.
Yeah.
Immediately.
We could
You're
only
sent to
wish.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing was, talking about public speaking and events, it's the best way to get people to recognize you, and then you don't have to chase people down. They come and talk to you. One of the things I hate, walking into a room and not
Nobody knows
knowing who
who
to
you
talk
are.
to, or not knowing who to talk to, and
Being the underdog.
oh my gosh, no,
brag.
I guess it's part of me being introverted, but I'll walk into a room and be like, "Oh," if I don't know anybody, I'm like,
I
oh jeez, I
understand.
can't stand this. I
Stand
can't
in the
take it.
corner.
So it's
That's what
better
I
if
do.
you host the event, then people come to you because you're the host of the event and you don't need to spark up conversation.
Is that appealing to you as an introvert, hosting an event?
Yeah. Well, for a
Really?
business owner, I mean, because I want to be able to and I need to get better at it, because I know, being introverted, that I don't naturally want to.
Yeah.
But I need to.
Get gooder.
I need to get a lot gooder at it. Definitely.
Your grammar is on point.
She did
I
it.
said it.
Words
Did you?
She
are
said
hard.
gooder first.
I did say gooder.
I know, but
I
you
was
said
just
I
copying.
were
I know.
earlier.
I thought she was just trying to carry me along in bad grammar.
We's
I was like-
laughing over here.
I was
It's true.
You might lose followers after this.
No, I
might.
don't think so. It's not people are only entertained by this. There's,
Yeah.
there's
I mean, really, if you're thinking about, getting involved with Create 1-4, who wouldn't want to sit here during this conversation?
I know.
Well, I'm about to join Toastmasters. If you guys want to join Toastmasters,
up.
I'm doing it. Do you want to do it?
I will do that.
What is
I didn't
it?
know Central Pennsylvania we have a
We
Toastmasters.
do.
I don't even know what that is.
So across the country, maybe
Yeah.
the world, I don't know. There is an
I-
organization.
Like, you know the secret to toasting perfection. Just put it in the slot and make your selection.
Where did that come from?
Now she's a rapper.
Nobody has a toast
I'm
wrap.
telling
That's
ya.
like what?
Sarah does.
Wait a second. Did you just make that up?
No. There's no way she made that up, because that was way too polished.
Really good.
It
Like
was-
she even had her hand going with it.
yeah.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Where did that come from?
Wait, can we delete
I used
that?
to know more, but that's all I know.
Yeah.
Was that training for the Clay Cup to run a coffee shop? You just do that toaster song.
What
They
the
do
heck is
toast a mean
Toastmasters?
panini though.
Okay, Toastmasters. Anyway, it's a club.
Now I need to remember the next line.
Yeah, it's a club. Oh, there's one in every city, I guess. But it's a free organization, and they host this one at Haas's, the Haas's corporate office, every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock. And it's just a free class. You go in and you can learn public speaking and practice public speaking.
So
So,
it has nothing to do with toast.
well, you can bring
Toasting.
Yeah, you're toasting like
Yeah.
good
Oh, I was
speech
thinking bread
or
toast.
something.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Carbs.
Yeah.
Carbs.
That's part of my keto diet. I
Is
can't
it
have
because
any
we're
toast.
left-handed? Maybe, I don't know.
What?
What?
You're
What?
on keto now.
He's
No,
not.
I
He
just-
was
she
eating
was-
quinoa and corn.
Oh, you're right.
No, she was just saying about
Right.
toast, and I
Ain't
said I
no
could have
corn.
toast.
You were being.
I was having a husk of corn.
You can't get rid of that.
Steph has adopted
It was the way she
Steph adopted a new voice that she debuted.
This is one of
Before the
her other
podcast started.
personalities making it.
just add alcohol.
right.
And that's where the voice comes from.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the inner
I've heard
hick
that.
Yeah.
pouring out.
Yep.
Well, so Toastmasters, I mean, my thought was this
What
would
are you
be
thinking about the words?
this would be
Look at her.
really what
Intensely.
Toastmasters or what do you?
No, my little rap.
Oh, you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But would anybody be interested in wanting to? You want to do it?
I would try it. Yeah.
All right,
I would
cool.
do
Try
it.
I
It's
can't
free.
do it every Tuesday and Thursday. That's
No.
insane.
That's a commitment
That
right
is-
That's
there.
a huge commitment.
Well, it's whenever. There's no like
Okay.
I don't know. I literally know nothing yet besides I found it online. But I know that you can
Let
go.
us know.
Okay,
Okay.
I will.
We'll do a group chat because
Oh.
you love them so much.
Let's do it. Let's do a group presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take group chats. I really can't. I mean, I know the ladies love group chats. Do you enjoy being in
Ladies
a?
love group chats.
Do you enjoy being in a 15-person nonstop text message battle? Is what it seems like.
Only with these.
Like there's
Freaks.
4 of us, and we're funny though.
Yeah.
Like, we are funny.
It's a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's-
I feel like we
that's
get
what I'm
into
talking
And
about.
gift
stickers.
wars.
Like I'm totally a gift person. You already
Bitmojis.
know. Like when
Oh,
I
yeah.
comment on like all your stuff, it's always a gift of some sort.
I could live in gifs if I
Oh,
could
yeah.
have all my conversations via GIF.
I think I
probably do
had
it.
one of the longest like GIF like threads on a comment. It was Micah, Aaron.
Aaron Broman.
No,
Aaron
Bennett. Franks.
Frank. Oh yeah, that's her.
You're
maiden
Aaron.
name.
Okay.
Her name is
This
not
is important to
changed. So
figure
when
out on the
I
podcast.
so when I write her checks, it's still Aaron.
Oh,
Franks.
gotcha. It was hilarious. It was like 50 messages deep. I was like, this is a record. Somebody even repeated a GIF. I was like,
Wow.
oh man.
Wow,
now
You're
that's when you got to
out.
close
Yeah.
the group out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
pretty
was
much
like,
done
It's
at that
over.
point. Yeah, I think what happens is if I get too far behind, I can never
can't.
catch up, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I feel about
We
it.
did get
I
to that
agree.
point at one time. Yeah.
It got extensive.
Plus, I think you can't get too serious in
Right.
the group chats. Like, once it starts to get serious, I would rather joke around and make plans.
If you got to make a plan, an appointment or whatever.
But as far as like trying to conduct business, I'm like, no.
It can't be because you got to type a lot of things.
It's
Why
a
not
lot.
just get together and talk about
There's
the
no
things?
tone behind any of that either,
Yeah.
which can create other issues. So.
Any group chat that I'm ever in, it just becomes a one-upping contest of who can put out the funnier GIF,
Right.
or the funnier meme,
But that's
or
fun.
But that's all it is. It's just like a
It is
competition.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a way for people to be friends
Yeah.
and also fight with each other
Yeah.
passive aggressively
Yeah.
on social media. That's what I'm gonna go
I
with.
don't,
it
I
as.
don't do passive aggressive.
On social media, I feel like most things are though passive aggressive,
Can I
or
look
just
up
straight
the
out
words
aggressive.
to that? Am I allowed to be on my phone for a
Oh,
second?
gosh, yeah, go ahead if you need to. Where does the origination of the song
I
come
don't
from?
even know. I learned it when I was like in 4th grade
And
at
she
a
still
gymnastics
remembers it?
competition.
But if you're gonna look up the song, you're gonna have to rap it
You're gonna have to
Finish
wrap
it
live
whole
on the
thing.
podcast. That's kind of
I'm not rapping anything. I will
Well, you already did.
gladly read the words.
yeah, you freestyled that first
She
verse
did,
and you
and
nailed
her
it.
hand was like,
Yeah,
was into
rolling
it.
with my honey.
Oh,
That's why I
my
felt like it was
goodness.
Clueless, like we were on the 504 driving down the highway.
I feel like I'm flying a helicopter or something. With this thing on.
With your gear shift.
my gears.
What's your favorite movie? We've never asked this
Oh,
question on the
my.
podcast.
Oh man, that's a tough question.
Like, is it
Like newer, older.
just a movie that you always loved to watch? Like for me, Wayne's World was one of the. I watched it probably 800 times.
Edward Scissorhands.
Really?
Can I read 2 verses of this?
Oh yeah.
Because it's funny.
You gonna wrap it?
You're gonna. We need
I
some
get up
sort
in the
of.
morning about 6 a.m., have a little jelly and have a little jam. Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot, push down the lever, and the wires get hot. I get toast. Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side, and you make your selection. Push to the dark or the light, and then, if it pops up too soon, press it down again.
No, okay, 4th grade sounds about right.
Yeah.
That
It was
really nice.
funny in the context.
It was.
It was.
But I actually thoroughly enjoyed that. That should be. If you would have rapped it, it would have been really, really, really,
Really.
good.
We're gonna
You
highlight
embarrassed
that.
me last time I
It would've
rapped,
been-
so it's not happening again. Man.
But now I at least know how to work toast. Like I know the process.
Yeah.
Not done the first time. I can never find the right setting though. It's always like I put it on 6, and it's not quite done. But then you put it back down, and I end up burning it. But if I put
Yeah.
it to like 8, then it burns it automatically.
What kind of toaster do you?
You just said it burned on both ends of the spectrum, so I think you need a
I don't
new
know what I'm.
toaster.
It's not good at toasting. So somebody needs to help me
I
out.
have a toaster
Maybe just
oven.
make
If you
a
just
sandwich.
stop
Toaster
eating
oven.
bread,
That's
then you don't have any
That's probably,
issues.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been making those Kodiak waffles. Nene bought the Kodiak
Oh, they're
waffle mix.
good.
Oh, they're so good.
They are good. They're really hearty.
Yeah.
They're like high protein, like buckwheat waffles, and you get a mix.
and they're dark
like
Slap a
chocolate.
bunch
clean.
of butter and syrup on that.
There you go.
Yeah, just ruin them.
She'll just put a cupcake on it, and it'll be fine.
on top.
What were we going to say before I interrupted with my toast poem?
Oh, I was talking about favorite
movies.
movies. I thought that'd be
Favorite
a
movies.
fun,
Oh.
just to find out what.
I mean,
movies
like,
you
I
love
think it
throughout the
depends on
years.
like what stage of your life. Like when I was younger, like Goonies was one of my favorites. Like back then, way back then. And then like in my, like I like Step Brothers. I think it's funny.
That's
Oh
yeah.
yeah, we were quoting that
yeah,
tonight.
we were quoting.
We were
that.
talking about movies that we wanted to rewatch again recently. Have you seen Almost Famous?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's so good.
That's a
I've
good
never
movie.
seen that.
You need to
Never
see it.
seen that.
Everybody needs to see that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen
And then there's another one. There were 3 that we were talking about. That was one of them. And then the one with all the Beatles music.
There's no words.
Across the Universe.
Yeah, I never watched that. Is it pretty
it's
good?
Excellent.
What if you're not a Beatles fan though? You might
I'm
not.
a huge Beatles fan.
I'm just somebody who's not might not
Who's
enjoy
not a
it.
Beatles fan?
I don't know, somebody I'm sure. I'm sure someone out there.
Who's not?
The whole world loves the Beatles.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
I always
pretty
tried to listen to them, but just felt like
Are you
it was-
saying
they
you're
were-
not a Beatles fan?
I'm saying that I am not currently because I never really listened to them that much. That's where I'll go with it.
Yeah.
If I listen to them extensively, possibly. But in my current state, I like some of their songs. I love Jimi Hendrix, like some old 60s and 70s music.
Yeah.
But the Beatles I guess they were like too popular where I was like, oh, the Beatles are everybody loves the Beatles. I can't listen to them.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, yeah.
Have you
Wow.
seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. It's been a long time.
I've heard that's good, but I've
It's
never seen it.
What about you, Sarah?
Fantastic.
Do you have a TV, Sarah?
Do you have a couch?
There was actually quite an extended period of time in my childhood where we didn't turn on the TV.
I'm talking
Good
about
for
now.
you.
We do have
That's
a television. We just don't have a couch.
Okay. I tried giving her
Do
a
you
couch,
stand and
by
watch
the way.
TV?
They do.
We have one comfy chair and then lots of pillows that are on the floor.
Do you guys both sit on the comfy chair
no,
together?
we cannot fit, and it's very old. It was like some hand-me-down. It would probably break if we both tried to sit on it.
So if you have pillows on the floor, are you usually sitting on the pillows or laying with a pillow
I
under
lay
your
with
head?
the pillows under me.
Then you gotta look
Actually,
the whole
I
way
have
up at
this
the TV.
giant stuffed elephant that my mom sewed for me, and that is what is like my couch right now.
I
Is your
almost-
TV lower to the floor? Because if you're laying on the floor all the
Is it
time, I'd
setting
hate to
on the
look up.
floor?
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch a lot of TV at all.
Are your
Okay.
pillows from TJ Maxx? That's a question.
They're not actually. I will
They're all
not
in the
use
shop.
the pillows from TJ Maxx.
Wait, you bought all of your own pillows. What'd you do with them?
They're on
Didn't give any
display.
to her friends.
They're on display at my art show right
Has
now.
that makes
anybody
sense.
tried to steal any of those pillows yet?
I don't know. I gave one to my mother-in-law, and I was going to give one to my mom.
Are there more at TJ Maxx? Did they get any more in?
No.
They're all sold out. They get
Nationwide.
no. I don't think nationwide.
Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
That is a possibility.
When you get a check for like $16 billion,
no,
you're like, wow.
I got paid for
Went
them
pretty
when they
well.
were made.
Oh.
Not. It
Oh,
doesn't
that's right.
depend
You don't
on
get.
how many are sold.
Which is kind of, I mean,
It's
it'd be
great.
nice to get paid continuously as they do get sold, but
Well, it wouldn't matter.
Well, then you would have to wait for them to sell.
Right.
But she gets it all up front.
True that.
That's way better,
True that.
actually.
true that.
Yeah.
But if you could have an extensive license where it's like, okay, like syndication. If it keeps,
Right.
they keep selling, then you keep getting more
Right.
money.
But that's
they
not the
don't.
case.
That's not the case.
They're probably not going to.
Unless they just
enough.
sell so fast and TJ Maxx is like, holy crap, we need to do this again.
Which would be
Yeah.
awesome.
You get a
yeah.
call from TJ and he's
But they're
like,
supposed to do dish.
"Hey guys, I need more pillows."
It's like, hey, my name's TJ Maxx.
He just says TJ. I'm like, TJ who? Come on. You know what my last name is.
Max with two
Is
X's.
this TJ Maxx? There's no way.
You already know.
You know who I am.
They're supposed to do dishes in the winter, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh wow, cool. So you'll be on pillows
Jen.
and
Oh
dishes.
my goodness.
Not
Yeah,
me.
it's-
Well, I mean, you know.
Can we open the door and waft?
if you-
Are we gonna?
Did somebody
annoy
cut the
anybody?
cheese?
You're saying it's hot.
It's hot in
You
here.
can crack the. Go ahead. I just Justin's
I?
over there. I don't want to make a lot of noise, but go ahead. We're already
Justin?
making enough noise.
Wait,
Go home.
Go, Justin. It's past your bedtime.
Why are you still here? It's
Oh, you
9
can move
o'clock.
and open the door, and your headset's still hooked up. So
Oh,
just leave it open a little bit. It'll, I apologize for the hot. This is
nice.
always the case. I never have this many people in the studio. I guess that's the major
sat
issue.
outside at the Knickerbocker and we all left there like a sweaty mess.
Yeah, it's just humid.
Oh, why'd you sit outside? It's so disgusting
nice
outside.
out.
Oh, is it nice out?
Well,
I'm locked in this room
I mean,
all
it's
day
not,
long. I don't know what it's
not
like.
snowing, so to me it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Anything
raining.
that's not raining or snow.
This has been the worst, I think, summer ever. I mean,
been
I can't
rough.
I
recall
agree.
a worse, like, rainy summer in my
Rain
entire
is
life.
good for business, though. I ain't
Agree.
complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have an
I
amusement
ain't
park or
complaining
something.
it's raining.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was glad I didn't buy
You
my
start
season
rapping.
passes to Del Grosso's. It was like I was like, I need to get those, I need to get those, I need to get those, and now it's like the end of the summer. Like, thank goodness I didn't get those.
We got season passes. We got our money's worth in like the first week.
Yeah.
We were there every single day.
Yeah.
So And lately, we haven't gone at all. It's a bummer. What are you going to do? But I found the season passes to amusement parks are the way to go.
Oh, for sure. Especially when you're only going for like an hour or two with a young one.
Yeah.
Like they can't do the whole like 6 hour to get your money worth.
I can't even do the whole 6 hour myself.
No.
I get exhausted.
Yeah.
Your shoulder gets sore, doesn't
Wait till
it?
he wants you to go to Disney.
Wearing out. Wait till he wants to go to Disney. Have you gone to Disney with a young child? Oof.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. It's so, I was just talking to a guy in here, Kirk, he's been on the podcast before. He's taken his family. And it's like schedule. I mean, it's laid out hour by hour, because if you don't take advantage of it, the time runs out and then somebody else fills the spot because it's so busy.
It's like
that you have to schedule it out.
Planning a Disney vacation is like planning a wedding.
And they'll cover everything for you. They'll like take care of everything, but you have to sit there
Costs
and
just as much as a wedding.
It does.
Yeah, people go in
More
debt
fun, though.
every
It
year.
Tell you
is
that
more
much.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
People like go in debt to go to Disney.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's
worth
like
it.
a cult.
Cult.
It's not.
I have
worth
very
it.
strong feelings about
Yeah.
about it.
Tell
I'm not
me
a
why. You have strong feelings.
Because she wasn't taken as a child, probably.
Oh,
I didn't go
right.
until I was 16. No,
Oh.
we were never like big Disney fans or anything. I just think it's ridiculous that they take that much money from people, and I don't know.
It's
the whole
crazy.
thing is
I
ridiculous.
didn't go for the first time till we took ours. So I was 37.
But they're providing entertainment for people.
No, they're
Like it's
not.
very
You
entertaining.
pay extra for the entertainment.
Well, no, I mean just the park in general, and just I love just walking into Disney. It's like, wow, this is pretty. It's pretty incredible. It's a sight to behold when you first get there.
Really?
Does nobody else agree with me? I think Disney's really cool.
Last
You don't
time,
think
I
you're not
think
impressed?
there are so many better things to do with your kids.
I'm not saying it's the greatest
I'm
thing
not
in the
saying
world.
don't
to do.
take your kids to
Yeah.
Disney, and I don't have kids, so I can't say that yet.
Yeah, speak
However,
for yourself.
like I don't know, like camping or like fishing or hiking through the woods or like
You don't want to go to Orlando, Florida, in the middle of July when it's 900 degrees
listen,
outside.
Been there, done that. I was 5 months pregnant.
Oh.
Melissa was 4.
No. You can take a really, really nice all-inclusive tropical vacation for what you spend for Disney.
Very true. Yeah.
I mean, you could go to Jamaica for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I just feel like the overall experience is not as life-giving as other things that you could be
As
doing.
plopping me on an island drinking a bunch of adult beverages.
I didn't see it heading in that direction,
there's
but all right,
that.
there we are.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree. I'd rather go to like the pyramids in Egypt or something amazingly
Yeah.
cool like
Yeah.
the Vatican or something.
Yeah.
But Disney's still cool. It's just not
Not as cool.
as cool. Yeah.
Okay.
The thing that I'm impressed by is just the
She's laughing because I'm getting really like I could
Passionate.
get
He keeps trying to like
Convince me.
justify it.
I'm not trying to convince her. I'm just saying you have to
trying to
understand that it's
justify
fun. It's a good time. But you hate Disney and
No,
Walt
I
and the
don't-
whole crew.
I
so
don't hate.
You hate Mickey and Minnie.
This took a really negative turn. Wow.
Ever since you did that toast rap, you got all gangster in the podcast.
That was the whitest rap you will ever see or hear, and I'm pretty embarrassed.
I was nodding my head. I was going I was like this. My hand was doing a wave the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
But what was so Nene, all right, my wife Nene, in case anybody doesn't know who she is. She went there. Her sister Kayla worked in this was Disneyland, not Disney World, but they had like special access to Disneyland, which is the older one.
Is that
And
the
they
California one?
yeah,
Okay.
and they had special access to like this restaurant called Club 54 or something like that. But you had to get like special access, and you'd knock on and Nene will probably correct me if she's listening to this, but like you knocked on a wall or something like that, and somebody slid open a like hidden. It was a hidden
now
door.
She's excited.
See, that would be cool.
It was a hidden door, but it was like super expensive. Like you had to have special
Exactly.
guest invite to it, and
Kind of like coming into the launch box to see you.
to get into this
Here's
building.
your
Yeah,
access code.
Jen,
Don't
we're
give it
sitting
out
at the
to
Nick,
anybody.
and Jen's like, I got the access code.
No, I didn't get the
I
access
got
Or no,
the
you got the
access
access code. You have the key. I have nothing.
Yeah.
well, you have the cool headset.
I do. I
I feel
have
like
the
that's
mic.
pretty. It's pretty unique.
Sweet.
I mean, you are our fighter pilot for this
I am.
episode, so
Thank you.
thank you for.
Yeah, shift your gears, fighter pilot.
You're really. You're too geared up for this one. You're
We
gonna
really
get out
do
of
love
it.
each other.
just feel like we should apologize now to the listeners of this podcast.
We were discussing beforehand how this is quickly divulging from a business podcast into just random conversation,
Well,
which
like
I enjoy a lot more than the
right,
business
but
podcast,
like we're
by the way.
friends too, so that's hard to like stay like strictly
Yeah.
business.
Do we ever stay on any
No.
topic?
No.
Well, I listen to business podcasts and I
Something
think,
shiny.
and I can be like, squirrel. But I listen to business podcasts, and if I'm really looking to get information out of them, I do like them a lot.
It's intense.
But they can be very bland.
Monotonous.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
the same thing over and over again.
Monotone.
So trying to do that for me is very difficult. And obviously for all of us,
Obviously.
it's very difficult.
Clearly.
So let's talk business. How much money are you guys making now? I want exact numbers.
Yes.
I want to see the numbers.
Steph, did you make any more Hulk bath bombs?
No, that was.
Oh, that
I
was
didn't-
not you, right.
Right. But I don't have any in stock right now. But I'll let
Max
you know.
was asking about them.
Yeah.
So Max has built his own office in our downstairs bathroom. So
Is it like built around the toilet?
it's the toilet's the seat, and then he has
That's
a cooler that has his little computer sitting on top of it, and he types really fast on it. And then he has newspaper clippings on the wall on the
gosh.
window,
That's
taped.
awesome.
And he has my Macy's credit card, and that's his
Can
credit
you like
card.
video
So
this?
funny.
Like him working in his
It's-
office?
I
or
need
does
to.
he
It's
only
so tight.
sit when he's actually going to the bathroom?
No, he doesn't go to the bathroom in there.
Okay.
No, it's
It's his office.
And he said before nap today, because I was getting him ready to go to nap, and he goes, "Dad, if you have to go to the bathroom, go upstairs. Don't use my office."
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, what is this now?
That is so
He has a hard hat in there. I don't know what that's about, but some sort of construction job that's going
Wow.
on.
He's
awesome.
he's a developer. He's
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And he's working
Real estate
really hard
mogul
in there. He is.
with the credit card.
Yeah. He works for Macy's. That's
Yep.
one of his jobs. And he has a newspaper clipping of him running down the street from the Altoona Mirror. So
Awesome.
That's awesome.
his claim to
So
fame.
funny.
Yeah.
It's like his plaque on the wall.
I mean, he didn't have a full page spread or anything like Sarah did, but
Yeah. Then there's that.
Do we have the wheezy laugh now?
Oh my gosh. Steph's jabs at me today are killing me.
They're good.
They're
They're
so
good, though.
But she knows it's all out of love.
I know.
So it's,
I'm feeling a lot of love.
Yeah.
you're still number one.
You
You're
are.
both number one, for sure.
You're still number
That's
one.
so funny.
Oh my goodness.
No, I was really thankful for the full page article.
So full page in the Altoona Mirror for your whole TJ Maxx deal. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You didn't know you were getting a full page.
I had no idea.
threw
I
it
thought
out
maybe
there.
it was going to be like a 50-word paragraph.
Why wasn't it on the cover?
I don't know.
Jeez, see, it's never good
Altoona
enough.
Mirror. Come on.
It's never good enough.
That's cover worthy.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that
was
is-
on the
that
front
is
of the
cover-worthy.
lifestyle section or life.
Yeah.
Life.
Maybe if you get into Target or something like that, then
Yeah.
that'll be front page.
Yeah.
That might be front page worth.
I'll keep trying.
Big Lots. I don't know if Big Lots is up on the list. That's pretty high up too.
The Dollar General.
There you go. Five Below.
Usually, if I walk into what's the place by Chuck E. Cheese on the end? Why can't I think of
Oh,
it
the
anymore?
Dollar Tree.
No, Save a Lot. Yeah, Save a Lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I know I'm going into high class products. I love Save a Lot.
What?
My mom
I
loves
thought
Save a
that was
Lot.
a grocery store.
It is.
It is.
It's like
Okay.
I don't know what I
Isn't
was
it
going.
like
I don't
Bent
know.
and
It was. I threw
They
it out
don't
there.
sell
They sell
pillows or
pillows?
dishes.
They don't
No.
sell pillows in there?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
I take
No
back what I
pillows
said.
there.
Maybe next thing you know, it'll be cereal boxes. You never know.
Oh, that's true. What if you got your face on a cereal box? Now that would be
Like
really
Wheaties.
sweet. Yeah. How much do you got?
so many hints are being dropped.
How much do you hate cereal? Because I imagine
Hey, did you say?
Oh, we're
you
going
hate-
down a health.
Jen being very much into
Food
health, Sarah being much into health, and Steph, I imagine
This
you
is the
like cereal?
cupcake
Yeah,
queen.
I love.
I like cereal too. But
I
I,
like
know that
cereal.
it's like the worst thing in the entire world. Isn't it
Not all
odd?
cereal.
So what's a good cereal?
I'm a big granola fan. Muesli.
Yeah.
Muesli. How do you spell that?
MUSLEI something.
something.
That's a
Is there
cereal.
an X in
I
there?
think there might be.
I
It's
make my
silent.
own. You can make it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not a cereal brand.
Correct.
Mm.
Oh, you're spelling the brand. That's what you're
Was that
doing,
what it
aren't
was?
you?
I don't know.
Mus-
Did I? I didn't know.
Muesli.
Why are you looking at me
Have
like
you ever
that?
heard of it? I've never
Because
heard of
it's
it.
just it struck a chord. I
good?
think
Yeah.
Is it muesli or
Muesli. It's like
I
a
thought it was-
blend of oats, and I just do like walnuts and dried fruit and coconut, and then you can pour milk on it.
But that's not something you would buy like in the grocery aisle. That's what I mean.
I don't know.
I was just thinking about this the other day because of how many thousands of cereals there are. It's like this gigantic weird wall of
ridiculous.
cereal.
Most of them are all sugar.
And they're all sugar.
And
And
I
they're
like
all
sugar.
But they're delicious.
Geared
It's like
towards
the
kids.
ultimate comfort food.
But
Oh,
are,
yeah.
are they? Have you had?
Don't
like,
judge.
When's the last time you had one of those cereals
you don't
that
even
you
wanna
had as
know.
a kid? I don't want to know.
My
for
mom
you.
would not buy sugary cereals.
Oh, those cereals, no, they're garbage. Like Fruit Loops and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like you have these great memories of it because I grew up eating like Apple Jacks was my favorite.
Yeah, Apple Jacks was really
And
good.
I had Cocoa Puffs the other night. Don't judge.
why do you say that and then tell
I
me
like
not to
the
judge you?
chocolate milk afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah,
I
that
like
is-
Reese's
Cocoa
Puffs.
Do you know,
Krispies?
I think there's a whole like company out there that's built on selling milk that comes from cereal. Like it's
Really?
cereal flavored milk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
in New York City based, of course,
That
because
sounds
where else
awesome.
could you do that?
I think I want to open a restaurant where people, not a restaurant, but just like where people can come in and like be like, oh
It's
yeah, I
the
want
milk
that
bar.
cereal and
the
this
milk,
milk.
bar in New York City.
yeah.
It's cereal milk.
What, they have all different selections
And
of
you can just,
cereals
like-
and milk.
I mean, she does a lot of bakery, like lot of baked goods, but it is all like horrendous. It would be your favorite place
Oh,
on
absolutely.
the planet.
So no, I had to laugh because yesterday when we went into our meeting, so Becca's been making these amazing little pies that Sarah has at the Clay Cup.
They
and
are amazing.
Cherry's my favorite. So she walks in yesterday and I was holding it up.
So she was offering it to me.
She goes, "No, thank you." I'm like, "No, I'm not sharing." I'm like, "I was just showing you I bought it at your place." And she's like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, no thanks.
They already know I don't share my sweets.
I have a sweet tooth problem.
Oh,
That's my major
That's
issue.
my downfall.
Like I had a bowl of cereal a couple nights in a row.
You know that's an
And
issue.
I never do that. And I had one. I was like, that's so good.
I know.
And then the next night I had to have another bowl of cereal. They taste really good at night because I know it's terrible for me, and it just feels good in my belly.
It's the ultimate comfort.
It really
food.
is. It feels so comfy. Whoa! Cough bomb.
Somebody's dying.
We got cough bomb.
That was not
Scared me.
That one
I
hit
was
me.
trying to cover the
I think the
mic.
loogie
Look
hit
at
me in the
those
head.
lines on your
Yeah.
screen.
Look at
You
the
know-
spit on my forehead.
It was dry. Stop.
You know all those sugar
This is a dry
cravings that
cough.
means something,
Means you're deficient.
Yeah.
or you have
Or
an
it just means you like
overgrowth.
good.
Overgrowth of what?
Do you want to talk about that? I don't know if you want to talk
Like,
about that
is it
right
a
now.
bacterial or yeast?
Yeah, bring it up. What's yeast? Where's the
I
yeast overgrowth?
assumed. Probably in your gut.
Probably in your gut. Yeah, you have to do
I
a
just
cleanse.
I just went to Lynn Faust.
You did?
Yeah, I got my first Reiki experience.
Ooh, did you love
The rake kind of hurt when she scraped it across my face.
Is that why you look the way you do?
Explains the claw marks.
I was
on your
bleeding
face.
profusely,
Yeah.
but I'm okay.
Why your
It was-
shoulder hurts.
It was what are you doing over
I
there?
was. I didn't want to cough. Yeah.
It was awesome. I loved it. But that's what she said about my gut. She said there's something in my like what did she say? My left leg that signified that there was something in my gut or something like that. I forget. I'd have to. She's gonna come in next week for a podcast, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That's gonna be a fun podcast.
But and then she mapped out my star sign alignment. Did she do that for you guys at all? Like where I was born
Lynn is
and
like my guru. I go to her for like everything, like that.
which is I mean all spiritual. Why can I never remember what the term is? Like astrology,
Right.
not astronomy. I always get those two confused.
Okay.
I'm just arguing with myself. I'm mad that I can never figure it out. But yeah, it was extremely relaxing, and that's what she said about my gut. And I was like, oh, geez, I know there's
Go ahead.
I've had issues throughout my life. I can go deeper into that if you'd like me to.
Nope.
Well, they call your gut your second brain because everything basically stems from it. And so it's really important that your gut health.
So what is the gut
Some
cleanse
point.
that you go on?
You
don't
have
eat
it's
cereal?
a candida cleanse. It's not gut specific. It's candida.
Okay.
So I did that recently because I was having such horrific allergy issues. So just like sinuses and all that, and that's a candida overgrowth. And so I did. Man, it was brutal. It was like a 2-month long like diet change, tinctures, like all. It was really difficult. But for the first time in years, I can breathe through my nose.
You were telling me that about that
Yes,
before, and it
that's
actually
what it
works,
was.
and you feel a lot better.
Oregano
yeah.
oil is really good for that as well.
Really? See, the major issue I have is I'm terrible with diet discipline. I mean, I am really, really bad.
Well, if
Now,
you
Nene,
wanna
if
feel
she's
better-
doing a diet, then I jump on board. It's fine. But if
Yeah.
I have to handle it on my
Do
own,
it on your own.
it's really
tough.
the self-discipline of that is. It's not even necessarily because I'll eat whatever food. That's not tough. It's just making the food and then always having it around me is the part I found really
It's the
difficult.
preparation that always gets people.
Yeah. So how do you prep for that?
I don't prep. I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation.
Let's have it
I literally
again.
live at the grocery store. I'm at the grocery
Ugh.
store.
That's like what
sometimes
European people do. They
Yeah.
shop every day.
There all the
two
time.
or three times a day. Like I'm just not. I'm not the one that's going to stay in my kitchen for 7 hours. I find cooking very enjoyable. So at the end of the day, when I get home, to prepare dinner is not like a chore for me. I go into my kitchen. I take my kid into the kitchen. She likes to chop and slice things and stir stuff up, and so it's it's not like a hassle for me.
That's the issue I have is I want to just have a pill for food and just eat the pill because I hate cooking. I don't want to take the time taken. I don't want to take the time to cook everything. It's
I
like
eat
this
a lot
huge
of raw
process.
things,
So
like when Jeremy's not home, because then when he's home, he usually cooks like meat and roasts veggies and stuff. But like, yeah, unless I'm eating out and he's home, I pretty much just
like
So
when you
I
say
kind of
like,
graze.
when you're saying eating raw things, like what do you eat?
like
Give me a
raw
specific-
fish. No,
Just pull it out of the water and bite its
Sushi.
face off.
I mean, like things that don't really take a lot of preparation. I eat a lot of cheese and nuts and seeds and veggies and things like that. And I'm keto, so a smaller amount of those things goes a long way too.
Yeah.
So
Are you like just eating a broccoli head? Like I just I have some broccoli
sometimes,
heads.
but not. I don't
You can't do that.
do that a lot.
I mean I can.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
I mean, I will, but I'll dip it in ranch.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's and I don't want to. I mean, I would love to fix my gut. It'd be wonderful, but I don't know if I.
You have the willpower.
It's all.
to
It's
do
literally.
it.
It's 2 months. Like it's not.
That's a
And then I can go
lot.
back to eating terribly.
No.
Exactly.
But the thing is, you won't have those cravings anymore. They'll be gone. You won't crave that sweet and that sugar
Right.
anymore. And then when it comes back, you have to do it again.
Then you got to go through it again.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the sign. So what happens? The yeast builds up from what? What is the
It
cause
feeds
of the?
off of sugar
It
and
does.
simple
Candida.
carbohydrates.
Okay, so the yeast feeds off the sugar and then just builds up in your body, in your gut,
Yep. Typically.
like in your intestines. Is that where
Okay.
it's at?
Yeah, probably in your small intestines, I would assume.
There's different ways they can tell whether it's a large intestine overgrowth or a small intestine overgrowth.
But it's basically due to sugar.
It feeds off of sugar. So you have to have a
to
certain amount of
starve it.
yeast in your body. Like you need it.
Yeah.
It's part of your balance. But if you eat too much sugar, it becomes an overgrowth of yeast. That's all. You need the yeast.
And the sugar actually kills other good bacteria
Yeah.
in your gut too. So it just knocks off the balance completely.
So would cutting out sugar improve it without going on the cleanse?
to a degree,
I'm sorry that I'm so steadfast against this
but I
cleanse.
do think you need to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
Taking a
thing.
little bit of silver can help with that
You've
too.
talked about silver so many times. I got to get some
I
silver.
swear by it.
Yeah. So I just had to tell John.
But
to-
gold's not good. You can't upgrade.
No.
Doesn't work that way. What about fool's gold? Is
You can
that
try.
Did you
Let
know
us
that
how it
during
works
the
out.
Black Plague, the wealthy people didn't get it because they were eating off of silver?
silverware? Yeah.
It's antiviral, anti-yeast, antibacterial, antifungal.
That's amazing. Nobody ever talks about that. That's not ever like. you're the first
Because
person
they
I ever
don't.
heard.
Because the
You should
FDA
know.
probably
Because
is
of deep
being-
state.
Right.
It's deep. It's the Illuminati.
It's not really.
Steps like, what is the deep state?
Steph's like,
I need
can I
silver
just
in
eat
my.
cupcakes?
I just want a cupcake.
Better that you don't know.
I need some silver in my life. It'll balance out the cupcakes.
I don't think
what
that's
I
how that
heard.
works.
You just
That's
sprinkle
what I heard.
sprinkle a little silver on the cupcake
There you
you
go.
go.
before you eat it. That's like it's like
A decoration.
icing on
Yeah.
top. Yeah. What the heck?
Let me know how that works out for you.
All right.
So they just shaving down silver? What's going on there? How they getting the silver shavings?
There's like tiny silver particles in a liquid form.
Just go to the health food store. Pick up some colloidal silver.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, good.
I'm glad I got something out of this podcast. I don't know if anybody else did. I'm gonna take that
You
one.
learned
Being
about
entertained.
toast.
Yeah.
I finally learned how to make the perfect piece of toast.
Yeah, since your toaster's burning in either direction.
Yeah, I maybe overstepped my boundaries. It's not as bad as I made it out to be, but I have burned a lot of toast. So I have one of these toasters you got to push down then turn on.
That's backward.
Doesn't make any sense.
Get a new-
Nene's sister gave it. It's a nice toaster.
Is it?
Her sister gave it to us. Yeah, but you push down, then turn on. So you can turn it on without pushing it down, which, why would you want to do that?
Good question.
Anything
Sounds
else?
like a fire hazard.
I just leave it on all day long in case I want to toast something.
Just in
Just
case
leave-
you're not a cook.
know.
You don't cook. Like,
No,
Really?
I don't, yeah.
okay.
Nene, 2 weeks ago, Nene and I cooked 2 meals in the evening because
That's
like
impressive for
I
you
wanted
guys,
to start.
right?
I wanted to start learning. She's a very good cook, but I need to start learning how to cook and getting comfortable with it. And I realized because I was trying to learn while we were cooking for dinner, and that's not a good time because Max is running around yelling and this is hectic. But at night when he goes to bed, I was like, let's cook something, and we did. And,
I meant impressive as in like you guys actually had an evening together to do it.
oh yeah,
Not impressive like you weren't skilled.
we usually do have some time. I'm definitely not, yeah, because she's very skilled at it. But we've had a lot of time in the evening. She just started a new job, but we've had time lately or we did
It's because
up
you're
until now.
rescheduling podcasts.
Yeah, that's why I had to cancel this yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Like,
Glad you can make it now though.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up though because I think I'm done.
Okay.
Been
What do you
an
think?
hour.
Yeah,
Has it
Has
really?
it? Time
We
flies.
really BS'd
Yeah.
through
we
this
BS'd
one.
our whole way through that. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It
It's
was.
well done.
It's probably going
job,
to be the
ladies.
most downloaded podcast you had.
Yeah.
Right now already.
Put bowling in the title. You'll get lots of followers.
Or at least 2 for sure.
What's her name? I gotta get her on the podcast so we can talk
Yes.
professional bowling.
You should.
Just bring her.
Sarah's like, can I come along?
She's just going to sit in the corner.
Can I host it? Can I host the bowling podcast?
Here comes the wheeze.
Oh, I'm trying to keep it contained.
All right. So, do you want to sign off? And would you like to say anything before we go?
I don't know if I
Anything you
want
want to toss out there?
to own this one.
I hope next month I can announce my exciting new project. So,
We all hope that.
yeah.
So we have
all
something
hope.
to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have anything to talk about. We had talked about pillows
Pillows.
at TJ Maxx.
So big announcement coming next month, maybe.
Maybe. Stay tuned.
Steph, anything from you?
Not really.
All right. Well, that's great. Okay.
No. Just our event, September 22nd, downtown
Yeah,
Altoona.
just that.
Booyah.
No big deal.
Sarah's whispering
Oh,
something.
she wants to talk about me to talk about expanding.
Oh, I thought you said Band-Aids.
That's
No.
what I
Why?
thought too.
Did you hear
I
Band-Aids?
I heard Band-Aids.
She's like, what about expanding?
What are
Yes,
you
I'm expanding my jeans right now.
All
my mom
those
jeans.
cupcakes.
Those cupcakes. No, we so we recently we have a good friend of ours now that's on board. So there's now 3 of us at Trade Secrets, and we will be expanding throughout the downstairs of our building.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That's big news.
Yeah.
It's big news. So 2019, we have some cool things coming.
Are you going to talk about what those cool things are?
Not right now.
Ah,
Maybe
If
next
Sarah
month.
can't talk about
secret.
6 to
Listen,
8 weeks.
If Sarah can't talk about
It's
stuff,
8 to
I
12.
know.
My
Yeah,
bad.
because
8 to 12 weeks. I'll talk about it all day long. I'll tell you what it is.
Wait, yeah, 8 to 12 weeks. What? That was 8
Yeah,
to 12
go ahead,
months
Jen.
ago.
Yeah, Jen.
Exactly.
So-
That's the joke.
So when's Juice opening?
8 to 12 weeks.
And when's JJ Hadley's?
8 to 12 weeks.
And you just perpetually push it back 8 to 12 weeks.
We
It's like,
have
oh,
no
okay.
control over either one of those projects right now. Yeah,
But they're
It's the
moving
property.
forward.
they are. They're moving forward.
So I'm excited like to have Juice downtown Altoona.
Yeah,
That'll
but I'll
be my
tell you, we're
lunch.
expanding. It's a new juice bar in downtown Altoona. Just guess you when.
No idea when.
That's literally the only thing I don't know.
All right, well,
Soon, it's coming soon.
it'll be a nice surprise.
I got some really awesome furniture coming. I know that much.
Ooh. From TJ Maxx?
No,
Oh.
all my pillows hopefully will be from TJ Maxx. But no, the couch. So I'm working with Levon from Le Vintage Decor.
Wow.
She repurposes some awesome stuff. She found me some really cool pieces. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Sweetness. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks.
Thanks for
I hope everybody had a
rescheduling.
wonderful time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next time
times.
we'll talk again.
Okay.
Oh, wait, do you want to plug the businesses at all before we
could.
go?
We
I mean,
Juice.
JOOS, Juice.
JOOS.
Trade Secrets. TRADESECRETS.
Why is everyone laughing?
I don't know. I just found it
so
really funny
lost.
that she was like, trade secrets? like anybody's gonna be like, I gotta type it into the computer. Trade secrets. Where is it?
Downtown Altoona.
My face hurts.
I don't know why I found that so funny. I just
Can I
did.
talk about both of my Facebook pages?
Oh yeah.
So I have the Clay Cup, which is important, but I also have a new Facebook page.
Whenever you say that, it makes it like it wasn't until
Well,
you
it
said
is.
it.
It is.
It is very. But I also started a Facebook page for my art to promote my Etsy shop, which is Sarah Vogel. That's the name of that page.
And a vlog also on the way.
Yes, vlog on the way.
Fancy.
Was that the big announcement for next month? Did I?
No,
You ruined it.
All right, good.
I'm working on an art project.
Sweet. All right, well, thanks for coming in, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
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 And if you want to know more about me, you can go to robzradio.com. Things are going well right now. I'm definitely scaling up with the two men that I'm working with. My things are heating up, and I'm excited about it. And that what I mean by things heating up is that, like, if you go to robzradio.com, you can see all the stuff that I'm doing right now. I have a social media marketing and consulting company. I'm also adding influencer into that as well. And that might mean nothing to you, but if it does mean something to you, is understand the vast, deep knowledge you would need to be a master of all things social media. So really what I do is try to narrow it down and find a niche for you, for your business, or for whatever it is your brand. So what I'm trying to do to myself is really niche myself down and hopefully do the same for people that I'm working with, because that's where the real gold is. You got to drill the whole way down to find the good stuff, and that's what I'm talking about when it comes to internet marketing. So if that is anything that you're interested in, there's a contact button right at robzradio.com. Contact me, tell me what's up, and I will get a hold of you immediately. Now, I also have the podcast with Max, my son. You can check that out. And the podcast here, if you haven't listened, the vlog with Max. Max and I also do a podcast, but also you can find every episode at robzradio.com. And thank you for listening. Thanks for being a part of this. If you want to support the podcast, as little as $1 would be more than incredible. I'd fly the whole way to the Netherlands and give you a hug for $1. Somebody might hold me to that. If they do, I've never been to the Netherlands, so it would be totally worth it. But patreon.com/RobZRadio. You can donate to the podcast if you enjoy the cause, and all the money, of course, would go right back in. I have not made any money yet off of Patreon. I'll just say that. But I really haven't tried that hard either. But there's lots of content on the way there. But if you want to support and give back, anything you donate on patreon.com/RobZRadio will go back to the podcast, guaranteed. Shout out to the Clay Cup, shout out to Trade Secrets, shout out to Joos, and shout out to you for listening. My zebra, thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.
This is Rob Z Radio.
That's brutal.